for Alan Wake, I just want to have it. Just for the sake of having it. You know? Sometimes people will jump in because they used to like Alan Wake, and we're like, well, I want to recap this real quick, you know? I think...
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that Ryder just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
It's very Stephen King-esque. Which is what I like.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
There you go, Alan.
Hartman. I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another
Not
rough
fully sure
period.
why.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay
we're not sure
calm.
why he's
I
being
don't want
hunted
you
by
to
the
have
law.
another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while.
This is halfway through the game, but they haven't
Shock
explained
of
it.
your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you lied.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
No.
It's okay.
This is the main story. There's like DLC, but I've not played the DLC. Like the Signal and Reconnaissance or something that add to the story. That are going to like jump into this at some point. So I don't know where they fall, but they're supposed to load in.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
You hear it?
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
The door up.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you.
Sure.
So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
So his wife had been kidnapped, and the
This
people
corridor
had
is for
wanted
patients. Most
the
of them
memoir
are here
that
right
he was
now.
writing.
Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones
And-
who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I
wish this
specialize
got
in
like an
treating
HDR
artists.
I
resolution.
bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
If we
This
work
way,
together, I
Alan.
swear. Where'd he go? He went out that door. I like the wood seating though. The wood seats. I'm looking for coffee cups. I can't go back out that way. The bear. I feel like I'm at a wilderness lodge.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams.
Does this feel like Stephen King to you a little bit?
Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writing
I bought the
reality. She has been kidnapped.
rotors and brake pad.
Supernatural forces of darkness are
Yeah.
trying to stop you.
I'm just like, oof, there's $130 out of my wallet.
We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his
tell.
words.
I did an autosave.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic
been making it up,
accident with your wife,
Ben.
no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too
Who you
painful
texting?
truth. Unless we fight
Oh.
the fantasy, it will return.
Is it
I
Rob?
know the instinct is to
Henry?
resist me, but think about it.
Redmond.
Doesn't this make far more sense?
Is
than
it
the
actually a
insane
girl?
Supernatural
When did you meet this
conspiracy
one?
you've concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature,
Cass.
Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained.
Is it really?
Logically.
That'd be funny. Is it Dom? Yeah, why not? It's fun. Give me some pointers. Kayla Robinson. At where? I've never been. Cute. There you go.
I never
Have
get
some,
tired of
newer
this
shots of
view.
her.
Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
Ooh.
It seems there's a storm
It's
coming.
a storm.
Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now, we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it
I like the
doesn't,
sundial.
why is that? Because I'm lying?
Oh
Or
god, that
because you
storm
don't
came
want to
up
admit
quickly. I
that you're
moved like
not
3
well.
inches and then it's like,
very natural
whoosh,
for you to think
darkness.
of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let
Hello,
him talk.
darkness, my old
He
friend.
obviously
I
loved
I like
his
how
own
there's shadows
voice.
in the game,
His
though.
words
If you look at
echoed
it.
madly inside my head.
But I can't
I dug
do
my
it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Damn it, Derek! He said now it's 2 hours ago. That's funny. Because remember I said it was like 2 hours.
Come along. Let's go inside.
Alright, we're in the... Ooh, I like this lobby. If it wasn't a psych facility. Although it
Here's the
reminds me
entrance
of
to the office
Miller
wing.
a little
That's
bit.
for staff only.
Like this
You were
part.
impressed by my trophies when you
Fireplace.
first arrived here.
Scary,
I do love to hunt.
scary.
The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Right
Emerson,
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. No.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
Get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
He works on video games, which are trash, but it makes him receptive to things. Okay. That's horrible, but funny.
Come, Alan, this way.
La 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 la. Oh, there's something else. Sweet. I got coffee. Ooh. Hey, you're a clown.
Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming.
Oh, Night Springs,
what
which
a
is like
storm.
the outer
I
limits.
hope it wipes this place
Which is
off the
kinda cool.
face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had a, how should I put this?
Odin and
A
Tor.
heavy metal band
Okay.
in the 70s.
They had
and
a heavy
80s
metal
called
band, too?
Old Gods of Asgard. They even
Well-
adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well
Thor
cared
has a hammer.
for,
Of
TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
What'd you say, Sonny?
I'm so sorry.
Where's
to cut
Loki?
this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up.
Loki's
I'd
dead,
better
man.
go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
And I think I wish I
I'd
had
like
like
to
some
bash
pro
his
info.
head in with a hammer. Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Zane! You're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
My head was clearing up.
Okay.
Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or
Well,
not,
yeah.
the Andersons
Probably
made
the
more
darkness.
sense.
Tom!
Yeah, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom just lost it.
Zane could feel the
Yeah, at the
bones
moment.
taking form.
But this isn't the reality he's been
As he
living in.
experimented,
So
he
this
imagined
is
the
out of the
almost real
ordinary.
power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It
Mol-
exhilarated him.
where the hell is Malloy
There was
College?
fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words.
Oh. Yeah, I think there's 6 chapters, so I'm like halfway there.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well,
4 out of 6.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch.
I'm at the very beginning of 4 though. Like these chapters.
Something's wrong.
Gotcha.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think. There's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always
That's him.
dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
So his wife, so he came here to get away from everything because he kind of, not here specifically, just the area that this is taking place. He came here to like get away because he was having a writer's block. And no, his wife's still alive.
Hey, Wake,
I presume.
why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Okay. This isn't my room. Hey, look, it's Xbox 360. Guys, I
Hartman
found
wanted
an
me to
Easter
write.
egg.
I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Hello, random person. I don't know who you are, but welcome.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Sounds like a little
Hey,
rock
Wake,
and roll
you
riot
stay
going
here.
on out
I'm
there.
gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Caliber Oak.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Hit Caliber Oak. Oh, so there's a riot going on. Let's see what's going on.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Hartman kept
Go Barry
talking,
in the left.
giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business.
So-so.
He raised his voice, cut
Just
through the monologue.
relaxing
Hey, Hartman,
for Christmas.
Where's Al?
And trying to beat
Hartman
games that
stopped
I
in
have
mid-sentence,
been
annoyed at the
backlogged.
interruption.
So
He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
no idea. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna play after this. Probably should finish one of the Zelda games.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't love to her.
I'm
The crazy old
taking
car
it.
hit her
The
hard.
backstage
If she
is
was one of
all
Hartman's
yours,
goons,
Tom.
she had it coming.
Seize your
I had to get to
destiny.
Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
There's some people that randomly join. There's some people that are regulars. I didn't advertise that I was going on, so like when I advertise I'm going on, it's normally anywhere between like 2 to 8 people. But I didn't feel like advertising.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me.
Oh, it's one of your favorite games? My friend, I had a whole bunch of friends talk it up to me, and I went out and bought it, but then I kind of hit a League of Legends addiction for a few years, so never got to play it.
And the work, well, he's not writing.
What did we finish recently?
And just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
What I just
Yes.
recently beat.
Tell me, Mrs. Wake.
I beat
What would
Red
you
Dead
say
Redemption
were the
for the
people
first time after like 10 years of having it.
I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you.
Beat Uncharted for the first time after having that for like 5 years. And it's been out since like 2006.
I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go down.
I'm hoping they announce an Alan Wake 2, or even a Quantum Break 2 though.
I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems.
Do you know if the DLC comes during this or after the events?
I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Interesting. Yeah, the devs do know that people want a sequel to Alan Wake.
Do your crazy quack ass to
It's
seriously.
yeah, Xbox owns
Barry?
the company now.
About time.
Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
Oh, it's Barry.
It's right next door.
You okay?
There's Alan Wake.
Yeah.
The sudden stop.
I mean, no. The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son
trying
of a
to follow
bitch, who
this
tells
guy.
me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, two goons
Mother
clobbered me
Goose
and
is in
stuck
here.
me in there.
What's
Well, you are in here.
I stole it from the diner to piss off
More
Rose
ways
after
than
what
one.
she did to us. That'll teach her.
Barry's the best
That's a
character.
harsh
He's been pretty
punishment.
funny so
Come
far.
on, pal, we gotta get going.
He's like, yeah, I do deserve that raise. Oh, Alan, so sweet. Reminds me of Darkseid Phil. I can see it.
These were
No,
all the
but this
pages
is
I
one of
had.
those games that I expect them to announce a sequel to at E3 this year. Yeah. Because Remedy has been working on something.
Alan, please.
Like, secretive.
You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh,
Why does
Al,
Barry look
let's
all
just
creepy?
go.
Barry looks super
Listen to me.
creepy.
This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Little creepiness. It's the darkness. Oh, he's just got possessed. See what I mean by it's very Stephen King-esque? Oh.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Oh, I got a gun again. Okay, don't go that way. Got it. Oh, it's a button mash scene. Maybe the monster guy. Fuck you
I
too.
needed to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
I did not know what I needed to do there. Yeah, he said I need to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way. But how? Do we go up and around? Okay, go through that way. This is what happens when you play something for the first time. You have no idea what the hell you're doing. Oh, generator. Alright, cool. Oh, help. Probably. I was trying to, I just don't remember how to aim. It's been a while. Huh? It's not L. Is it? Yeah, it is. Oh, so maybe I need to go back up there and not die to the pairs hitting me. So restart the generator, shoot the books. It's just killing off everything else. I don't know how to run. Oh god. We got the books out. And more bookshelves. Oh, I got a flare gun. Yeah. Boy. Just shooting at nothing, you know, no big deal. Ow. Ooh. Apparently not able to dodge very well. That's what I was trying to do. I got it to hit the door, but I died. Yeah, I have to like basically get hit by it. Ah! Well, it broke again as I died. Well, did we go? It's a little annoying, not gonna lie. It's like, ah. Got it. Third time's the try, boys.
Hey, come on! We gotta get going!
Searching the area for anything, like a thermos or manuscripts or something. See that glowy thing up there? Thermos up there. Last time I got enough thermoses and increased my health. Which is nice. You know?
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Of course I have to go through the creepy hedge maze, you know?
Oh, God! Look at the house, Al!
Yeah, the chapters are about
Let's get out of here.
2.5 hours ish. So go through the hedge maze, right? Oh god. Left to right. That's broken.
No, hurry up.
too. So you can only really damage these guys if they're blood shown on them. And see how it like gave that little like noise? That's when you can actually hurt them. Otherwise it just tickles. Alright, here's the manuscript page. Oh yeah, we didn't listen to the last... Oh, damn, we didn't listen to 3.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars.
Okay.
When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Okay. Now what about the next one?
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. Yeah. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
I think Hartman. I think so. She paid $285 to get a gas line installed up there. Up in the kitchen. To do a gas stove, yeah.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete.
I was just like, are you crazy? I felt like that was a lot. It's true. I've seen how much the coppers those were at Lowe's. I think that's what I just... I feel like it's Resident Evil-esque too. You know? They have knives, bats, guns. I had an issue earlier on in the game where I ran out of ammo. It was a headache. Wait. This is a little heal zone. I hear the Viking dudes. So hopefully I don't have to fight them. They seem like cool dudes.
And then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
Nope. That was the gorilla muscle man. Huh? Oh fuck, not the goddamn crows too. Goddamn crows. Oh. Got it. Wouldn't be surprised. I got an achievement to the back. Huh? Okay, what? Yeah, the camera angle could be a little bit better, but for a game from like 2010, it's better than some of the older games like that I went back and played like from the 2000s. I wouldn't say revolutionary, but I'd say it was definitely well received at the time. It's pretty good graphics. It wasn't the best graphics, but it had decent graphics. I feel like a boss is coming up. All of a sudden, Pyramid Head or Chainsaw Guy comes out. Yeah, that's the sad thing. Yeah, these are better than the WWE 2K19. Which is horrifying. I know, this thing's a battery eater. Where's my Duracell? No Duracell. We got that gate. Another manuscript page. We haven't listened to the most two recent ones.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-side stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Sounds like they're gonna get a very Norse feel coming up. You know? I mean, because normally these manuscript pages predict what's going to happen.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Okay. That sounds like something's bad's gonna happen to Barry.
Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important.
Alright, smoke break?
That made him better than Mott.
Smoke break.
But Mott was
got it.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time. And he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
You gotta go? Alright. That's it. That's it. I'll try to finish this. Probably won't be able to finish it tonight. Well, you never know. It's an interesting story. So, that's what I like about it. May not be the most... Fable 2? Fable 2 is good if you were trying to, like, for the story. Fable 2 split screen? Ugh. Fable 3 story? Ugh. Fable 3 split screen? Ayy. Fable 1 story I've never played. I should play it at some point. That's on my list too. One day. See ya. Oh shit. How rude. I got more flare ammo. Cool. Normally every time we do this though, we get ambushed. So I don't know how I feel about this. Oh, there's health. It's awesome. And ammo. I'm glad they take all that, you know. And there's a manuscript page too. Let's see what's it say.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
That's not creepy at all. I love how people were asking me, do we work tomorrow? I'm like, I'm not a manager. How the fuck do I know? I'm sorry that our managers haven't called us to tell us if we work tomorrow or not because of the shutdown. Alright, there's Barry. With all that ammo, though, it has to be a boss. Coming up.
Ow! You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the Nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so,
Barry!
I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Okay. It is an ambush, like I thought.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it!
Ah!
Fuck out of my face. Bam.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Gonna live in it.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know,
That's
Barry.
good, at least.
Al,
No, listen, I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Uh-oh.
God damn it, Al, talk to me.
God damn it, Al.
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be
Not
seen.
again. Alright, let's see. Where to?
Barry! Barry!
Are you alive?
Man, you're okay. Jeez, it's good
Oh,
to hear
Barry's
your
alive.
voice. I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop. Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall.
Well, good thing you survived. Because, you know, normally a sheer wall equals, you know, a cliff of doom. You know, like, oh, you just fell off a cliff. Whoops. Alright, well, we're gonna finish the trip tonight at least. Before we do anything.
Al, there's something moving down here.
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al. I'm great. Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Hey, there's the farm. At least.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al. I'll be waiting.
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al, I'm not staying here. It's suicide. I'm going to the farm. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
You know, I want to see what happens if I don't run. Be like, alright. Oh, look at this nice view. Do 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 boo 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 boo. No thermostat or. go. That is not the way, I guess. Oh, okay. You know, not get killed by that thing. Oh, not more. Uh-oh. Excuse you. Can I heal, please? Oh. Surprised that I lived through that. Oh boy. God, this flying object at me is getting very annoying. Because I have no way to stop it.
The shadows crawled over the gate. I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I hoped there'd still be a working generator somewhere around here to power up the old lights by the gate.
Guess not this way. Oh, okay, there's a stairs right there. Didn't see them before. Oh, there's the manuscript page, so I guess I'm going the right way. Sweet. Is there anything over here I can grab? No?
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Oh, it is a damn flashlight. Oh boy. I'm not looking forward to just going through with the flashlight only. Can't left bumper or left trigger it unless I really need to. Just checking to make sure there's nothing under here. Get off the damn generator, Al. I don't know how I'm supposed to live through this. I dodge one thing and then another thing comes. Ugh.
I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice.
Alright, let's go this way. Oh god. Trust no one in the dark. Ow! It is a checkpoint. Not sure what to do though. Not that. Alright, we're getting close to the farm.
A car was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking.
Or somebody else. Maybe a gun? There's batteries. Carrots.
The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. The dark presence followed the choreography laid out to it in the manuscript, growing stronger and stronger, moving like a storm from one scene of destruction to the next. But it was still bound to follow the story and chained to the dark place it came from. When the story reached the end it longed for, it would finally be free.
I figured. I don't think that's the page we just got, though.
When he stopped the car at the Anderson farm, Walter felt relieved. Oblivion was close at hand. The brothers wouldn't miss a jar of moonshine or two in the booby hatch. But then he saw the man on the porch, and he knew who it was. Driving for his life and knowing it was useless, he didn't realize he was crying until he couldn't see the road for the tears. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path.
There's still so many weird bear traps.
The storm raged on as the Anderson brothers walked unsteadily away from the clinic with the other patients in tow, knowing that this time they wouldn't return. The darkness around them seethed with horrors, but Tor and Odin were unafraid. Their eyes glinted with guile. They knew every secret path, and there was blood on their hands. They had fought these shades before.
Interesting. Wait, so they've faced the shades before? Interesting.
Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm.
Taking our food with darkness? Well, we already figured that out. Thanks. Get my food. trap. At least the bear traps are more visible this time. The last time we had to deal with bear traps, they were... I don't like how I'm having to use the shotgun ammo on these 4 fucking pages. I'm fucked up. God, I just used almost all my ammo on that stupid shit. Damn it. So that bear trap just fucked me over. Ugh.
I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Ah! Please! Ah! What are you? What are you? Ah! No! Don't! I'm sorry! Ah! Ah!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy,
Yeah, they are.
Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
Well, he's dead. Okay. Got a revolver, though.
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who'll help me. I'll make it happen.
Interesting. Well, let's hope Barry doesn't die in this. I hate that creaking noise. Sorry, I'm trying to respond to everyone and their mother right now. So, from the suggestion, somebody else is gonna die. Soon. Let's go see. All around familiar faces. Get out of here, redneck.
Danny, huh? The front door was locked.
So I gotta go out the side.
The room was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast.
Sweet, got some ammo. Not the best, but not the worst. Let's see if there's a thermos or a memoir anywhere.
For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated. An emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly.
See, this sounds like it was from before, not future prediction. Damn it. Alright, it looks like we're getting close to the end of this chapter, though. Because we're running out of manuscript pages. And normally when we run out of manuscript pages, we're out of the chapter. Which, we want to finish in the chapters. We want to experience the story, but we also want to beat the game.
If Barry wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry.
Rude. Why do you have to be mean to Barry? I know I haven't gathered all the thermoses. I know way, shape, or form I have, but still giving it a try, you know? So I may end up having to go back that way. Up the hill. Mario. Wait, this is actually fun. I like this part. Got him. Oh, that drift, that's a drift. You're saying I can go to the fence? Oh, it's saying I can go through the fence, I just have to get out of the car. Okay. Okay, fine. Oh shit. I hear the footsteps coming. That was spooky. Alright, so game does not allow you to stay still. Forgot about that. Does not like it. I forgot game, I'm sorry. Which is good for a horror game because, you know, horror games truly build on the element of horror. You want to feel like have to escape, so I have to get out as fast as possible. Unless you die, yeah. So this whole don't stay still. Another thermostat.
I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ow! Run! Incoming! There's too many of them!
Behind you, Barry. Oh shit!
God damn!
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on!
Whoa.
I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Alright, this is a little annoying because I hit.
I'm so glad you decided.
Boop, boop, boop.
Go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out!
Pretty cool.
Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Bronson.
Shut up and shoot! Ow! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al! Did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This place is stopped! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Kinda Ozzy.
Yes! Ow! Stay in the light!
Makes me a target,
Why do you
though.
keep doing this to me? Do it for Barry, please, please, please! They are trying to kill us. That's how I told my life? Really? Enjoy it! God damn it!
Nice firework display. Nice.
That was awesome!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Who knew?
Hey, Al! This way to the farm!
Really now, Barry, you don't say.
See, bestseller, no reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time.
Okay, Barry.
We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me.
I need to get up there to turn that on. Oh no.
Hey, I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'm so all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I feel the passive
You want
aggressiveness.
me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Let's just jump down.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al! They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done
Crap,
okay
you
for
mean
themselves.
awesomeness.
So how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Sleep.
Oh, Night Springs. Man, brings back memories. Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
Oh, so that's why this show is important.
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until his highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream, and the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys, and they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wake.
Well, that's disturbing. Alright, let's go see what we got. Let's go search the floor. Ooh, looks like more ammo. Oh god, that means if there's this much ammo, there has to be a boss fight or something coming up. Like, we already had one really cool boss scene, but I'm pretty sure that means another one's coming up. Because there's no reason for them to give this much ammo unless something's coming. They're very conservative with it normally. Yep. Nope, that was Ben. Was Ben.
The Viking boat. It's 1976. Madness reigns at the Anderson farm. Contrary to all logic, the headiest ingredient of their moonshine is unfiltered water from Cauldron Lake. The Andersons feel like gods. Odin can't stop laughing. He contemplates cutting his eye out. Tor runs across the field, naked, shrieking, hammer in his hand, trying to catch lightning. Their songs have power. Something ancient is stirring in the depths, coming back. Looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
make it through here, Al! Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
The door was barred from the other side. I'd have to find another way.
Be careful, Al!
I'm good. Keep your eyes open, okay?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, you know, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, you know, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? People seem to be more drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Oh, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but...
Definitely, Pat.
Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Oh, shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, you know? Kids are doing fine this year.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat.
Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods. Kidding me.
Al? Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. It looks pretty heavy. Ah! Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing. Lights are out. Guess we better check the fuse box.
Power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
Come on, Al, let's get the lights on, huh? You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch.
Yeah, I don't think they keep too close an eye on them at the clinic. They seem to slip away a lot so they can get wasted.
No kidding. Those guys sound awesome.
Again, Alice's screams rang in the stillness of the night. I saw myself run toward the cabin, flashlight in my hand. I followed my past self. I was an out-of-body observer, a time traveler in a crazy drunken dream. This was the beginning. The night Alice had disappeared. The mystery of what had happened during the missing week was about to reveal itself.
music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be. Okay.
We need to find Cynthia Weaver. We'll stay here for the night and head back to town as soon as it gets light.
Hey, Al. Lots of hours before dawn. Might as well get some rest. And by rest, I mean drunk.
Come on, Barry, this is... Yeah, what the hell?
I'm sorry about this. No, seriously, because I know we don't get along, but we're gonna find her, right? And even though you're a crazy bastard, I'm gonna stick by you, no matter what, ever, Al. Sure, like a brother.
I'm a writer, goddammit.
Correct.
If I just wanted to, I could write 10 books a year. And they'd be the best books that year.
No, you couldn't.
That's right, I couldn't. But I could, because I'm a writer.
What? What do they put in this stuff? I feel like my brain is coming out of my nose. I'm gonna get the recipe off those coots and be a booze millionaire.
I just miss her, Barry. I just want her here with me.
I know, Al. I know. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it okay.
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off.
Alice? Alice!
I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crashed car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it
Alice!
behind you. She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her. Yes. All right. I'll fix it. I'll bring her back. No. I wrote it. I remembered it all now. In the dark, I'd written for days, a week, almost a complete manuscript of a novel entitled Departure. Jagger had been my editor, whispering in my ear, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. I thought I was saving Alice. Even with the cobweb she put in my head, some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story, to bring a light into the cabin to release me before I could finish, to interrupt the horror story before the ending, where darkness consumed everything and everyone. Zane was weak and far away, but I had written him into the story, and his light had been enough to set me free.
It isn't here now. I'm here because it was written. I brought the light to set you free. You must hurry. It will know I'm here. It will be back soon. It stole the skin of my Barbara a long time ago. She looks so old.
I had woken up, confused and groggy, my mind consumed by darkness and fear. All I could do was to escape. The week spent in the cabin had taken its toll. I was barely conscious and fading fast. It had to have cost Zane terribly, thrown him even deeper into whatever dark place he now haunted. But he had managed to weaken the dark presence, kept me safe that night. It's my fault.
That's right, James Joyce. It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
There's an old town road with mystery of Tom the poet and his muse, and a magic lake which gave a life to the words the poet used. Now the muse she was his